I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
What up, y'all? This can't be the Sexy Ninja, and, well, it's just Kyle. I'm not trying to be a downer to anybody, but something happened, and it's pretty catastrophic in my life, at least. We lost my grandma last night on the 28th. I'm recording this on the 29th. I just needed something to escape reality. And this show has been that escape, to watch some wrestling. And she did not like pro wrestling at all. But she knew, because we text every day. She knew every Monday. She's like, I'm going to text you, Shia, before 5 or before 6, because I know you got your little wrestling show, I don't want to make sure you disturb your wrestling show. Or we would watch, or it would be on and be like, it's so fake, and, I'm not going to get those texts anymore. And I'm trying to process this whole thing. And with my grandfather passing a couple years ago, that was hard, really hard. But it's, like, nice knowing that she's with Grandpa now, We're going home here in like a couple hours, and I thought I should just get on here because I just needed something just to get my mind off it, So, R.I.P. to my grandma. I will love you to infinity and beyond. Yeah. And I know how much you hated wrestling. All right, y'all. We're talking about SmackDown, March 27th, 2026, in Pittsburgh at the PBG Arena. I hope I said that right. I thought it was peanut butter and jelly. Or is it PBJ? I don't know. Wade and Joe on commentary. And, I was trying to put myself in a good mood. Well, more of a distraction, and this show was not it. I'm going to be honest there. It starts off with Randy, then here comes Matt Cardona, and it sets up our main event for the end of the night. I'm just like, okay, what, and what's funny is, like, watching this, I'm just like, no one gives a shit. Like, they're going to root for Randy if you like it or not. No one cares about Matt Cardona. They wanted to see Randy get number 15, and Cody's rumored back to be back tonight and stuff like that. And everybody and their grandmother's on Randy's side, And it's kind of frustrating because I was like, man, I think Cody should have went heel. I think it would have been a little more different unless they give that sympathetic route to Randy and they play off what the crowd's doing and Cody switches at Mania. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, well, you got the ball up in the air. But I like that Matt came out and confronts Randy, and Randy's like, what are you going to say to me, huh? And he goes, and then Matt did a mic boop to his head. He's like, boop, I hit you with the mic. Then we get Nick with Trick, and then here comes Sammy. Nick tells Sammy he has nothing for him at WrestleMania. And then Sammy, a little light bulb goes off, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to make my way to WrestleMania if you like it or not. And Trick's like, yeah, well, I'm going to WrestleMania because Nick says I have a match. And I'm guessing and assuming this is setting up Trick and Sammy at WrestleMania for something. Yeah, we shall get to that. Because there's a little United States Championship out there, and there's an open challenge out there. So what we're going to do, we're going to screw Mello, right? Right? We'll see. Then Nick is with Randy. Randy's like, I want Matt Cardona. He booped me with the mic. And it happens. Now Randy will face Matt Cardona in the main event tonight. And then we go right into the Bella Twins versus Charlotte and Alexa. I'm getting so tired of this. It's going to be a fatal four-way. No, fatal three-way? No, fatal four-way. I take it back. For the tag team championships. Bella Twins versus Charlotte and Alexa. Because Nia and the Lash came out. There was a promo before. They're watching the match, and Bella Twins are taking on Charlotte and Alexa. Then, of course, the beatdown happens afterwards, and here comes Lyra and Bayley. So you know that these four teams are going to be the ones going to WrestleMania for those tag team championships. I'm just like, man, this is a long-winded story with all these teams that I just don't care anymore. I really don't care. But if I'm going to pick anybody to win those tag team championships, it would be Lyra and Bayley. That would be my choice for if we do that match, the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championships. Then we get to Damian and Truth, and here's Jelly Roll, here's Rhea. Jelly Roll used to be my boy. He used to be, but he really clinged on to I'm proud of him. He lost all that weight, but it's just like, damn, Doug. I don't know how to feel about you anymore, Jelly. But Truth calls him, I think he calls him Dom. I don't know. It's just a silly bit here. Get some NXT Origins with Tiffy. Then we have Flair, Bliss, and the Bellas backstage. Same old. Rhea Ripley calling out Jade with her newfound peeps. B-Fab and Michin, which is just like... Michin, didn't you just punk fucking Jade a few times? I don't understand. I just don't get it. Michin and B-Fab were beefing with Jade, and then all of a sudden just weirdly chose sides with Jade. Yeah, now she has a posse. I don't get it. But it sets up Rhea versus B-Fab. Of course, a DQ because it's just a straight beatdown, but no one is going to save Rhea because we couldn't fly in EO, apparently. Miz, Kit, and Danhausen. Danhausen cussed Kit Wilson because Kit Wilson has a match against Jelly Roll tonight. Then we get Kathy with Drew. He's a little beat up, but he's going to make some statements. He's going to say some things, and we're going to have Drew and Jacob face to face. We're setting up something at Mania. Jelly Roll versus Kit Wilson. I fast forward through it. Jelly Roll got the win. I'm not going to lie. Jelly Roll got the win. I was like, okay, cool. MFT's, backstage, and Solo's apologizing to them, and then he looks at Tama Tonga, and he's like, and Roman would never apologize, so I'm not Roman. And Melo shows up, and then Shinsuke. I'm like, what are we doing with Shinsuke? Really nothing. But the United States Championship is on the line. Melo has an open challenge, and who's it going to be? Sami Zayn. So I'm two ways about this, because Sami Zayn does win the championship. He is going to face Trick Williams, because Trick Williams does come out, causing Melo to lose the championship, but it's going to be Sami versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship at WrestleMania, taking that opportunity away from Melo, which I was like, man, Melo and Trick at WrestleMania just seems like a bittersweet story to tell because of their history together. But, of course, Melo, Trick, if you didn't watch NXT, you're really not hip to it. But Sami winning is like, oh yeah, finally Sami winning something. And this is just like, okay, I guess he's the new champ. So congratulations, Sami. It's just like you can look at it both ways. It's just a double-sided sword. Then we go right into Kathy with Jacob Fatu. There we go to Nick with Sami. And now we get Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. Neither person is really cleared to fight. They're both beat up. Then here comes Nick. He says, you two will not follow the rules, but you two will face at WrestleMania. But WWE is taking, our responsibility and our everything out of this match because it's going to be an unsanctioned match between you two, so they can do whatever they want to each other. And I'm not expecting AEW level, but I'm expecting a fight between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. So, and Jacob's new shirts, I love the FAF5 shirt. I think that fuck around and find out thing is kind of stupid, but I really like the Brock Lesnar FAF5. Fuck around F5, you know. And they have this, not similar shirt, but they do the FATU to be Fatu's last name. So it's kind of this weird, clever, like, F around, try us. And I'm like, it's clever-ish, but you just dropped that FAF5 shirt, which is a banger. So, take it as you will. Then we go right into Matt, and then Jelly, then Alistair and Zelina. Matt Cardona, I guess, is going to start something with Alistair Black. I don't know. Tiffy and Chelsea and ABBA. Tiffy, you know, she has a matchup next with Julia. Not for the United States Championship, but Julia versus Tiffy. I got to say, this was my match of the night. And, yeah. Julia wins. That's what's strange. Julia won this match. Yeah, I was just like, after you give that big package to Tiffy, Kathy's with Bailey and Lyra's next. And it's just so much plot. Then Randy's on the phone again, and then we go right into Randy versus Matt. Of course, Randy's going to win. And then, after Randy wins, here comes the bus. Cody rolls up. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No. You know, it's Randy chants. No one cares, sadly, about Cody. They fight, security. I think Jelly came out. I don't know. It's just a hot mess. But this is how we end the show. And I wrote down in my last notes, no one cares, sadly. Randy chants. Randy is the one that everyone wants to win. This feud between each other. Yeah, so it was just, it was funny. It's like, I need something to make me feel better. Or just escape. And I watched this show and I was like, oh, God, SmackDown's so long. 3 hours, I don't know. So, but that was SmackDown, March 27th, 2026. Wade, Joe, and commentary. I really don't have a match of the night. I don't even have a moment of the night. I just put it on just to have it on. So there's not going to be any rating. But they were in Pittsburgh at the PBG Arena. Wade, Joe, and commentary. SmackDown, March 27th, 2026. And once more, Grandma, I love you. But, yeah, that's it. You can like and subscribe if you want. Or share it for Grandma, share the bum down at Walmart. And remember that the New World Podcast will hopefully always be forever.
State Champion, Sami Zayn! The title he helped recently define